Hey everyone, how you guys doing? What's up, Obi?
Hi, good to
Can
see
you hear
you.
me? Oh,
I can see you clearly.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on today, man. I'm just tired. I am extremely tired. Uh, what do I say? Happy Easter Sunday. Happy Resurrection Day. It's been an interesting weekend, and God has been very faithful. For those of us who are believers, we know the importance of today and what God did by giving up His only begotten Son some years ago, and Jesus rose on the third day for us to be able to rise from all the challenges we face and all the circumstances that sometimes try to overwhelm us. So we're winners. And to all the winners out there, blessings and blessings. Busy weekend, just had Uplift award night, which was well attended. The right people in the room. We raised a decent amount of money, and just to be there to support families and individuals who uh, are going through or who uh, have autism. Uh, Apparently, the new statistics shows that one in every 31 people here in the U.S. are on the autism spectrum. And so we are doing everything we can to be of support to those families who are genuinely going through a lot of challenges just to be there. So Obi, progressive night, long week of doing too many things, trying to make sure the event was a success. And I think we left there around 2ish in the morning. I haven't had time to rest, and here we are because the show must go on, and we're at a podcast. So I'm going to do less of the talking. My voice is a little rough. I'm going to do less of the talking, but you be the one asking all the questions. How's the family, man? You good?
Well, good. While you're talking, I understand it comes clear to me that word purpose. So when purpose is in place, these are some of the things you see. Um, your sleep, your rest becomes nothing until that purpose is met. Congratulations. And I understand.
Thank you, my man. Thank you. What's going on this Sunday? What are you doing?
Well, we were supposed to go see movie, have a family time. But then purpose called and we had to cancel out.
Oh
Eh,
no, no! I feel so bad. Oh my God, are you kidding?
no,
Uh,
no, 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 no. So I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this. One of the things we do as a family is, you know, where we grew up from, our culture, how, how this saying about elders and about homes. There's this culture of using words to guide yourself. So there's this thing my mother would always say. She will say, if you don't eat it today, you can eat it tomorrow. And he
okay.
will always say that the first to buy will buy an old model. In other words, the last to buy will buy the latest model of all the persons. You
Oh, that's a lot of wisdom there, bro. So what are you gonna buy?
understand?
What are you gonna buy? The old model or the new model? Uh, I mean, it's interesting. We have great parents who poured into us as young men, and
Yes.
that has been a very helpful in our navigation in life. You know, when you have parents who are very supportive and come up with such wise words as your mother shared. Whether you eat it today or eat it tomorrow, you're still gonna eat it one way or the other. But this today we're gonna you can't postpone today's eating for tomorrow. So today we must eat. The Bible says, "Give us this day our daily bread," and everybody's waiting for us to say something about Easter um, or resurrection. In your own words, What does that mean to you?
So I'm going to tie the resurrection to Easter. So literally, resurrection, as the word is more of, in the layman's term, coming back to life. It means something was dead, and that thing came back to life. That's resurrection. In other words, it can as well mean growth. In other words, it can also mean come back. You know. So for me, resurrection is more of a coming back to life. And so tying it to Easter reminds us of when that purpose for our deliverance was met. December was when we celebrated. December, the scripture says, unto us a son is given, the promised son in the Old Testament for mankind, which is a long story. We go from Genesis, what happened, and then man was separated from God, and then God decided, after trying other means, and decided to come down in himself to deliver man. And so in December, we celebrated the coming, the inception of this Christ. And by this time, that purpose was achieved. So Christ came and died and resurrected that you and I might become the righteousness of God. So we, by the implication of his death and resurrection, are now reborn, and we are united in Christ, and we are reconciled. So it is we now coming back to the origin of God's plan and purpose for us in Genesis. I think that is a nutshell. There is more to it.
That's a good summary. That summarizes the whole celebration that we as Christians celebrate. I know that our Muslim brothers had celebration not too long ago, and it's almost in the same light of celebrating, but we celebrate Jesus Christ, who
Yeah.
is who we believe is the Son of God. I think the joy of the power that we have as believers is the fact that we don't have to give up in
Yes.
spite of all the challenges we face.
Yes.
We don't have to back down because of the Goliaths of life. Like my kids would say, life is life, and life will always life.
Mhm.
What we do with it is a personal decision, and so I try to encourage people all the time that the fact that you've had challenges, it only helps to build you. It only helps to build the muscles that we need to actually continue to go and overcome those challenges that we face, whether it's spiritual, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, um, even financial. Just believe and keep on going. It's important for us to know that we always have a backing, and that backing for me is not in man. My backing is in God Himself. Now, most of the things He does for me, He will use a man. And when I say man, I'm not talking about gender here, because sometimes it could be female, sometimes it could be male, but He will use someone else to um, help navigate that journey. We have to recognize when we see those people in our life who they are and truly appreciate them for who they are. Uh, yesterday's event for our Uplift Awards, um, I looked in the room and I saw great faces. People that I just came across with have now become almost like family for me. And all I could do was to thank God and say, this opportunity wouldn't have come if not for some people that God has put in my life to be able to use this vehicle to support and empower other families and other individuals. It's not about me, Obi. It's not about me. It's about Him using me to be a vessel to support others. And with that being said, I think that it is great when you have other people come out of their own world to support what they will see as good work. We got two citations. One of the big ones was from the state attorney and the county executive elect, which is almost like she's like the mayor of the city of Prince George's County, and she was there and she gave a citation and marked April 19th as Autism Ally Day. Now, when I took up the role of autism as the CEO of Autism Ally about 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't know that, you know, a day would ever come when, in such a short period, our impact in the community would uh, create this kind of momentum for people to come out and support. And so I was so humbled and I was so touched. And I know that in time it will expand beyond my state, which is the state of Maryland. And I think it might become an international, if not national, platform. My spiritual father, Pastor Paul, started the experience in a very short crowd, and today it's one of the largest arenas in the world. So that same grace is upon me, um, and he will send the right people around to support. So it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ceremony, and then to have my loved ones and family members and just in the same room, and I just look at young and old, and it was great to see DJ Moby, who's like Moby on the rock, DJ on the rocks, do his thing. It was beautiful. Cameron, if you want to see more about the event, I want to put in a plug in here on the podcast. Just go to Uplift Awards on Instagram, and you see how great and how faithful God was to us last night. Let me stop there. Someone said to me, "Learn how to celebrate small wins." So I'm celebrating small wins. And Obi, you I think you're muted.
Yes, I needed to hear you clearly. It was such a great time. You know, while you were saying what you were saying, and you talked about your spiritual father, and it reminded me also on his words while trying to portray us on, what the season is all about. And you, with the whole thing you talked about, and the whole motive of, you know, the program and the autism to help people live to the fullness of their life.
That is correct.
And the scripture said that the earnest expectation, that this creation awaits the earnest manifestations of the sons of God. And he was now saying that the Easter thing that Christ did was to enable we come to purpose, and that purpose is for humanity. So you see this purpose for humanity, for someone to have a full test of his life, and you're making this come to pass. Why? Because you received a light that gave you an understanding. And now this was what, forgive me to be a little religious and spiritual this time. When you go back to Genesis, this was what God intended for man. He said, "Be fruitful, multiply, and do what?" He said, "Take dominion of earth, to be in charge."
That's
And
correct.
then we lost that nature of God, which is what through Christ restored, so that you and I will come back to that same nature to help others live to their fullness, and that's the purpose you got there.
Mm.
So that makes it more sweet.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I want to use this opportunity to thank my team if they're actually watching. I want to thank Maiwa Michaels, who was such a great guy, who's been uh, just a genius of an art, and his colleagues, Chizzy and Favor, for all the great work they did while we were preparing for this thing. And then Ketch showed up yesterday and messed up the house. So I want to thank Ketch for that. I also want to thank Jamar, who's the head of media. So it's good. But guess who was in the house that excited me the most? Believe it or not, I know everybody there was great, but my boy OC boy was in the house.
My
OC
goodness.
boy,
Yes.
OC boy,
Esquire.
OC boy.
Oh my goodness.
In his traditional black and white, as the lawyer that he always is.
Always. I think we need to have him back again. We
Yeah,
definitely need to have
we
him come.
definitely need to bring OC. OC
Yeah,
Oporugo, OC Oporugo is a brain man.
yeah.
He came and throughout the whole time he was there for me. Oh, he has got so much business going on in his head.
No, no,
He
no,
said
no,
he's
no,
heading
no,
back, heading back,
no,
he's
no.
heading back this weekend. So I wish him safe travels, brother. Thank you for being there to support me. If you catch this podcast, thanks again. Yeah, it was great. Um, all my family members that came, friends that were there to support. It was good. It was a great night.
Wow,
I'm tired, but I'm here.
wow,
Let's take a break, guy. Let's take a break and then come back
wow,
and,
wow.
to see what we can do. It's Easter. Everybody's at home with their family chilling, and here you and I on a podcast just to make sure, just in case somebody else decides to watch the BNS.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we're just making sure that they don't miss out. But it's a great weekend. So let's just take a break and see what happens. Yeah, all right. It's April 20th, 2025. Thank you for joining the BNS podcast. It's OBG and I in the house. We want to make sure that we keep this opportunity
Fire.
that was given out to us filled with some wisdom nuggets as we celebrate Easter. I know people are back home right now enjoying their family members, but you and I had to take our time to show up. I'm going to leave here and just go hang out with family. I have a lot in my hands to do. But sorry again for taking up your weekend with the family. This uh, tomorrow's Easter Sunday. What's that? Easter? Yeah, we don't celebrate that in the US. I know you guys celebrate it back
Yeah, yeah.
in the UK and also in Africa. So you have an extra holiday, so you can do whatever you can. I'm back at work tomorrow, so start the grind, and then we're gonna do what we're gonna do. Talk to me. What are the questions? You said you have some questions for me, so let's take two questions, and we'll take the show off the air and continue. So, what are your two questions? And make sure the questions are not something that will rattle me because I don't even have the capacity to deal with them. Go ahead, I got you.
No, 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 no. We're just gonna talk. We're just gonna talk for someone who thinks is I don't have any reason to celebrate today. Just like Christmas, if there were people who didn't have reasons to celebrate today. And that's what I want to ask you. Do you think there is any reason for one to be happy on a day like this?
Hmm. Is that question coming from a spiritual point or just generally speaking? Before I begin to answer,
You can take it both ways, but
well,
understand that we have is a season we're celebrating for Christians.
all right. So this is how I see this opportunity. Yes, I believe that there is a reason for us to celebrate today, and this is my point. My famous words I always say is that a living dog is what greater and stronger than a dead lion. The fact that you and I have breath in our
Lion.
lungs and we have life today, it's an opportunity for us to actually celebrate life itself. Forget about uh, any other day that man has put aside, celebrating life itself. Now, life for me would not be complete without the sacrifice that was made on the cross of Calvary. That is my stand, and I stand by it. And I believe that's the same for you. So, on a day like this, when we decide to celebrate, focus, and thank, and run around, and let me tell you, in America, this day, Easter Sunday, is the largest, most popular Christian day in the United States. People who don't go to church ever in the year will come out on Easter Sunday. Churches prepare for Easter Sunday as if they're preparing for the Experience Lagos. I'm not kidding you, because they know that everybody, Shanae them, everybody, Shaquina, everybody comes out. People who don't normally come to church, everybody, their mother and their dog and their dad will come to church on Easter. So it's the biggest, it's the largest day. Christmas is popular, but it's not as big as Easter. Easter is the largest day when it's the day when you get the largest members of the congregation all coming out. People go to shopping all weekend. People have been shopping all weekend for their Easter clothes. They gotta dress fly, they gotta dress nice, they gotta dress the part, and they all come out looking ready to go. So there's something that they are celebrating, even when they don't understand what they've done for the rather 364 days of the year. But this day, everybody knows it's a time to come out as family. And I know my kids are all around, families all around, friends are all around. So people are gonna, celebrate that opportunity, because today it's really, really, really a big day. And for me, I think yes, there's something to celebrate. If nothing else, the facts that one, we're alive, and two, that the life that we have has come through the Son of God. That alone is worth celebrating. Obi, I hope I answered your question. I think it's, yeah.
You did that correctly. You did that correctly, and you were able to take it from both sides. Generally, you know, a living dog is better than a dead lion. So once there is life,
Anytime,
there's going to
anytime, any day, brother. Check it now.
be
Check
any
it.
day. Yes,
That boy being. Let me tell you one thing Obi said. Let me tell you what Osta said to me. Osta said to me that whatever you call your dog, that's what the
that's
dog
why
will answer.
I agree with you. Yes,
He said that to me this week. This week, he said, whatever you call your dog, that is what. If you call your dog Roku, he will answer
mm,
Roku. If you call your
yeah,
dog Robot, he will answer. If you call your dog Uzi, Bingo,
yes,
Johnny,
yes,
Keke,
sure,
Momo, anything you want to call it, the dog will answer.
yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's all about really what you want to call your dog, and if you call your dog that thing, it will definitely answer. So go ahead.
So I understand why Easter is celebrated more than any other Christian festival. And you can fast check me on this theologically. Without the death and resurrection of Christ, there will not be anything called Christianity. So Christianity is built on death and resurrection. It's
Mm,
Christ and He resurrected.
mm.
Promise made was fulfilled on this day.
That's
So
correct.
always a good time. Yeah, and I see more reason why it should be celebrated more in all the Christian festivals,
Mm.
and that's about that. So yeah, you're quite on point.
You're
So
sweat. You're
try
sweating. I think you guys are really having a great time on the continent. You seem to be sweating a bit right there. Is
uh,
it is it hot? You got
no,
some.
no, no, not quite. Also, I'm in the studio and I have some heavy lights
Okay, okay,
on. My
okay,
AC is good,
okay.
so that
All right. That's the part that I miss. Just getting out and just enjoying the sunshine every now and then. We have to wait for a long time for that sunshine to come, but
yeah,
we'll get there. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So what's the second question? We've got 4 minutes to go, and then wrap up the show.
interesting. So what would be your encouragement for people who are passing through serious time? You know, I was reflecting on something today which sounded like grass to great story. Grass to great story. Are there people who could look back and be encouraged from broken not shattered as it connects to you? You know, each time I look at you, I see BNN, broken not shattered. There could be a number of things who are shattered out there. What's your connection with grace, grass to grace story? Real
Uh,
life, real life application.
you know, recently a very good friend of mine was, and I know we didn't get time to talk a lot, but the little time I spoke to my friend, uh, I said to the person that I said to the person that all he needs to do is to stay focused on himself and grow.
Hmm.
Forget about anyone else. Forget about everyone else. Forget about what anybody else might say or think about you. Focus on you and grow. Put your boundaries in place and stay focused. Because at the end of the day, Obi, the only way things get to change is with time. The only way we can participate in time is to stay alive. And not just alive and healthy. Because then, when change does come, you can participate in that change.
Hmm.
For the woman who's out there thinking that her marriage is not where it should be, hang in there
Yeah.
and trust. If you are in an abusive relationship where your life is at stake and it impacts your well-being, then that's a different situation altogether. But if it's just the ups and downs of relationship, hang in there, it will get better. That goes for the man also who's contemplating walking away. Like I said, as long as it doesn't impact your well-being, hang in there. For the businessman who has invested so much and wondering, I've put in so much time, I've invested so much, I've invested so much, I've invested so much, I've invested so much, nothing has happened. Look at my mates. You don't have mates. It's an individual race. Hang in there. Don't give up. For the businesswoman or the young child who's in college or in school or university or is applying for something, you want to go to the next step. I'm just saying to all my audience this day, my message is for you is just hang in. Just hang in. Stay afloat. You will get to the end of the show. And please anchor yourself in God. If I had given up in those dark days when I felt like giving up, I won't be here today. That I'm here today is just simply the grace of God. And I don't take it for granted. And I hate it when I explain to someone my story and they try to brush it off. You can't brush off my story. Don't undermine somebody else's story. Don't undermine their challenges. Don't undermine their experiences. You have yours, and they have theirs. And theirs and yours might not be the same. So just acknowledge it, respect it, encourage them, inspire them, and just hang in.
Mm.
And I hope somebody watching today got that message loud and clear.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna let you leave the studio without
I'm
saying
about to leave, bro. It's
no, no, no,
time
no,
is
no,
up.
no, forgive me,
The
forgive me.
title today is in all things. In
Yeah.
all things. This is it. We're done. Go ahead. What's your question?
No, but I'm not gonna leave the studio until I ask you this. Sorry
Okay.
about that. I'm sorry. So I watched the edition of the host and visionary of BNS,
Yes.
hosted the author of BNS.
Yes.
You know, I sat down with you a couple of times even before this whole process started when you shared
Yes.
your ideas and all that. How did you feel that day getting into the studio with the author of Broken Not Shattered that you received years and years ago, even before you began Broken Not Shattered as a podcast? I really want to understand how you felt that day.
I felt like someone who was given opportunity but did not utilize the opportunity given to them. And when God says to you go, He says go. If you don't go, He will raise
Hmm.
somebody else to go. So, Obi, as when I got the bio of our guest, I read it, but I didn't read to the part about her books before we went on air. But I know she authored 2 books. So I quickly asked her what was the name of the books, and she told me. I was like, whoa. And I said, how long ago? And she told me. I was like, whoa. So for me, I felt like this was something that was given to me to do, and I didn't do it. So somebody else has now done it. I was extremely happy for her that she was able to use the same name, same platform to write her own books, to encourage people, to inspire people, and tell her own story. I was super, 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 super encouraged and happy. And I plan to come to buy those books. I'm going to buy some of them and I'm going to give them out. And that's my intent. One thing settled down around me. But I didn't feel like a failure or disgruntled in any way because I felt like, in my own way, every Sunday under the BNS podcast platform, we come out and we speak to people about broken, not shattered, right? So in the brokenness, you're not shattered. There is always hope. And I think I feel more comfortable here because I'm not a phenomenal writer. And yes, I'll write some books as time comes along. But here, speaking is my thing. I was born to talk. I was born to speak. You know, uh, and I'm enhancing that skill every day. I know when to open my mouth. I know when to keep my mouth shut. And I'm just saying that what I was supposed to do in writing, God is a God of a second chance. He said, "Okay, you don't want to write it, speak it," and here we are. So I celebrate her writing the book BNS, BN Broken Not Shattered, and I celebrate us having the podcast. Obi, every Sunday, nothing less than 1,000 people come in and listen to us live every Sunday. Check the numbers as we're speaking right now. I bet you we're clocking close to 1,000, if not, just listening to us. Then those that come back afterwards to come and listen to us every Sunday, 4 Sundays in a month. So it's a blessing meeting the author and the guy who has been given the opportunity to run the podcast. And in 1 minute, I'm going to ask you, what did you think?
Exactly. So for me, you see, what came to me clear was when he said it. Once he said it, it must surely come to pass. He said,
Yes.
instead of the word not coming to pass, let heaven and earth pass
Pastor,
away. Once God has said it, it definitely will come to pass. I'm
amen to that.
happy that it came to pass. But you see, it now has given you another level of assurance that what you received was right.
Mm.
And I'm happy, so happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. All right, we're going to wrap up the show. Sorry, guys, in the back end for Obi and I running this for another extra minutes, and to all our audience and the guests, we do apologize. But it was something we wanted to share, and it's out there now. So, famous 3 words: love, peace, and more grace.
Grace.
And we wish you guys a fantastic week ahead. If you're traveling, travel safe. If you're walking, walk well. If you're playing, play hard. and if you're and if you're and if you're working, work smart.
Play hard and play safe.
I tell you, man. All right, love you, bro. Mwah. Take care of yourself, man.
You
Love you
too.
guys. All right, bye. See ya.